my channel. My name's Christine and I am so glad that you are here. I wanted to ask you about how last week was, or how is your week going weather-wise? I live on the East Coast and we have had 2 snow events this past week, and so that meant 2 days that I got to work from home, or not at all. I live outside. I live basically in a suburb of Washington, D.C. And so when it snows in the Washington, D.C. area, federal government offices close. So while I don't work for the federal government, a lot of companies in the area set up their inclement weather policies based on the federal government. So because the federal government was closed on Tuesday, I didn't have to work on Tuesday. And on Friday, we had another snow event coming up, but federal government offices were on a 2-hour delay, which meant that actually I'm very fortunate. My company, I was able to work from home Thursday night. I brought my computer home and, was prepared for whatever the weather was going to bring, to stay home and still be able to work. And so now it's just kind of a bitter, cold, blustery weekend, and I'm just kind of staying in, and just actually staying in is good because that gives me time to have some fun with you guys. So listen, one of the things I wanted to do was apologize to you. If you watched my video on my cozy bedroom, that's the one I did last week. And yeah, I'm trying to come on here and be real and honest and, not pretend to be someone that I'm not. And what happened last week is, as I was looking around my bedroom and making sure kind of everything was in place and not really wanting to do anything extra, I just wanted to show you what my bedroom was as I live in it. I looked up at the top of my desk and thought, oh, something isn't right. I've got a sculpture there of my dog, but just looking at that made me think, oh, maybe, because I know maybe my viewers are really caring people, I'll go get my dog's ashes and put those out, right? So what you saw me present in my video was the desk with my dog's ashes and his sculpture on top of the desk. But that's not the reality, actually, of how I honor my dog. And usually it's just the sculpture. And so going back in that closet, digging for those ashes just made me come across all kinds of mementos from him that were, well, let's just say I had a little moment in the closet before I got ready to film the video about my cozy bedroom. The reason I want to apologize for it is because it's not me. That's not how I honor my dog. And actually I really had to think about it this week. How am I honoring my dog? Because, the reality is that when I lost him in 2020, it was very devastating, as any of you know, when you lose a pet. I mean, my devastation was no different than yours. The pain is tremendous, right?
It's just this strange mix of, you have to do what's best for your animal. And what was best for him was not to be suffering, right? best for me was to have him with me, and I did not want to let him go. I didn't, but I knew it would be an awful thing, awful to make him hang in there even longer.
And so every time I've found myself thinking of him over these 3.5 years, it's been with sorrow. It's been, I'm dwelling on the loss instead of the amazing dog that he was and all the amazing things we did together. I mean, we went everywhere together. We walked so much. He was almost my everything. Come on. Come here. Bravo, come on. Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Woo! Are you having fun? So when I went back in that closet looking for those ashes, I came across, the velvet bag that contained the box of ashes, my dog's paw print, and our cat's paw print. My daughter has his ashes. My dog's collar. I have toys of his that I couldn't bear to part with. I washed them up and put them in a box. And I just, got so emotional and tearful over it. Missed that dog so much. But you know what? Well, I guess it was just, that's all I've done for my dog is wallow in my grief anytime I think of him. And actually that little wire sculpture was kind of like really has been the only thing that I have out in memory of him. So that little trip to my closet made me realize all the things that I have. And including this, and we're getting some sun in my apartment now, including this, if you can see it. It's a picture that I painted of him, and it's from it's from a day I skipped out of work and came home. It was November, and it was especially warm that day. And I skipped out of work, I picked up Chick-fil-A, I came home and grabbed him, and we went to a little pond nearby that we actually walked to it. And this is from a photo where we were on the little dock at this pond and just hanging out. He had his leash on, and he was enjoying the blue skies, the sunny day. And so I just kind of laid back on the planks on the dock and was looking up at the sky, just kind of, taking in some sun, laying there. And one time I opened my eyes and he was standing over me looking at me. So I grabbed my camera and snapped the photo of him, right? And now it wasn't long after that I heard a big splash and my arms started to tug because he decided to jump in the water. And then, I let go of the leash because that wasn't gonna work. And so it was just a funny day because he jumped in not realizing how he was even gonna get out because he'd never been in that pond before. But anyway, I have so many funny stories and fun stories about my time with him. And now, just talking about it now with you, it's like, why did I let myself not really enjoy the amazing memories that I have? It's almost as though I just couldn't break away from the pain of the loss, right? And I don't know, I feel like I want to do something with my memories of him. I want to do something with my memories of my dog. His name was Bravo. And I think what I'm gonna do is the little frame's a little wonky on this, is gonna start with this, because this sums up, the fun that I had with him. And what I'm thinking of doing is doing a gallery wall of not just his photos, but all of the amazing pets in my family. Because my kids have funny pets, my kids have lost pets. I'm not gonna dedicate a whole wall to it, but I think I wanna put that together because I know that my 2 sons who lost dogs would love to see the amazing photos of their dogs that I have taken hanging up with my painting of my dog. And, while my memory and honoring of my dog's memory isn't going to include the ashes, I'm not sure what to do with those ashes, to be honest with you. I think if I look at the ashes, I'll be reminded that he's no longer with me. But if I look at the colorful picture, that just evokes the memory that I have of some of the wonderful times I had with him. Does any of that make sense?
What is this place?
I know for a fact we all handle grief and the way that we honor our beloved pets will be different. But I guess what I want to do is to encourage you to do what I have just reached the realization of, is that, I had to let go of the pet and I have to let go of the sadness. And it's time now to start celebrating his amazing life and the amazing pet that he was. And you know what? I still haven't replaced him because I'm kind of afraid that won't work out too well. Because he was really an amazing dog. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know if you have something to share in the comments. I would love to hear how you've honored your pets. And maybe you're like me. It's just too painful. It's just too painful. And just don't let that pain overcome all the happy memories that you have, really. For me, it's, really 3.5 years. So maybe that's just how long it took, for me to get over that initial pain. Now, it doesn't mean I don't still see these posts on Instagram that have someone, have you seen them? Where the dog is running towards the camera and then it says someone's waiting for you in heaven, and every time I'm crying when I see that one. But when I think of my dog now, I want to remember the happy memories, and I think that gallery wall is going to help me get there. So in the comments below, if you wouldn't mind, please take a moment to, share some of your happy thoughts of your pet and how you honor them. And I guess I will see you next time, everyone. Take care.